Hi guys, StarKiller1 here. The heavens have opened. Noyadana's moved Aussie down and given me a team that I know I can beat. Obviously there have been quite a few losses in there, but I'm chalking those up to me being inexperienced and doing some experimentation. I'm not counting those against this team. I believe with the right setup and strategy, there is no reason why you couldn't run this team, drop into the late 30s each time, and very happily fight your way back to number 1, number 2, or number 3 for no more than 200 crystals. And you're going to get an additional 200 crystals if you're in third, an additional 300 crystals if you're in 1. So the economics of it is good. I think it can be done for 150. To be honest, it could be done for less if you're willing to take the risk. If you're willing to take a chance, you can do it for less. But you are taking a chance you're going to get knocked back. And you just need to be aware that that's a possibility if you are not sprinting for the finish. It's just a recommendation for me. It's something that I did when I was first coming up through my shard, and I had to try and steal first place because I wasn't strong enough to actually get it and hold it. This is just an example how Poe is not the right resistance guy to have with this team. But basically, the principle is sound of spending 50, spending 100 crystals in order to get an extra 200 crystals. The first 50 that you're going to have spent, 50 you were going to have to spend anyway, because if you're down at 37, you've got to refresh once anyway. So what you're looking at is a spend of 100 to 150 crystals to get an extra 200 to 300 crystals. Okay, so that's the theory. It requires you to have some experience. Hopefully you can learn from my mistakes. It requires you to plan and think about your run. And it requires you to actually pay a bit of attention to what goes on in your shard around your payout time, so you know roughly who's going to be moving, and therefore who might be moving down as well. So you can pick your fights. And if you're smart about it, you'll do quite well. Your shard mates will get wise to it, and they'll probably be able to block you out from number 1. But if you're not greedy, 2 or 3 is also pretty good when you're running a team like this. They're all running 4 at that level. At this level of the shard, they're running 4, 5, maybe even 6 Zetas on a team. They're all Gear 12 tunes. They're all event tunes, and you're just getting smashed around an awful lot. And this is a team with 1 Zeta, which you don't need, and only R2D2 as an event tune. I said I'm going to do this as a sprint. The only thing is, if Nor's already moved, he hasn't. Okay, so I'm going to get a chance to have a crack here. It does mean taking on a Jedi Training Ray team. Okay. But this is a Jedi Ray team. Now, I've been getting a lot of stick from what I've been saying about General Kenobi. So, let this be the decider, one way or another. I cannot beat a team, Jedi Training Ray team, with old Ben Kenobi in it. I can't. It cannot be done. There's just no way. The question is, can I beat a team with General Kenobi in it? I think I can. Okay, I say very clearly now, I believe that I will win against the General Kenobi team. It's not going to be easy, but I think it can be done. Obviously, my first job is to try and get rid of him. So, to review, this team will drop, it depends on your shard, but maybe even into the 40s. One of the things you can do is you can protect yourself a little bit, because if you play the odd match throughout the day and bump yourself back up, because a lot of the teams that you struggle against, the kind of the Chase teams and some of these slightly weirder teams that might have the odd Dispeller on them, one of your issues, this is the danger point against this team, but this has got nothing to do with General Kenobi. This is all down to Ray. Okay, we're going to try and be rid of Kenobi. Not quite. Okay, this is going to be a race to the finish. I've got to go and get rid of him. He got a lot of protection back from Thrawn, so Thrawn's been propping him up, and now I'm just getting really hit with this burning. It's so important that I get to Kenobi and kill him so I can start on the others. Okay, he is gone. The question is the damage already done? It may be. Yeah, damage was already done. So I have actually lost. That's interesting. Okay, but I will say it was nothing to do with General Kenobi other than he was a big lump. That was his job on that team, was to be a big lump. Okay, so no problem. You will work out what teams in your shard you can beat and what teams in your shard you can't beat. I think I have a shot against that team, based on kind of the RNG. Maybe I get a bit lucky. I'm just trying to see who's in number 2. It's probably Nor, yeah. Okay, he's got a bit of time to get onto his payout, so it won't do him any harm if I take one more shot at that. Because I'd just like to know for me, and that leaves me one battle later to pop the veterans in place, because I'm going to do a defense video on the veterans over the next 24 hours. So yeah, what I was saying before is the teams that I'm really going to struggle with, and I mean, are a real problem for me, are the teams that have got dispellers. So a lot of them are in the middle ground. Guys who are still effectively running chase teams. And there are plenty of them out there. So you just need to be aware that a chase team can hurt you. It really can. I actually made a mistake. I used R2-D2's special. That was not the right thing to do. The right thing to do was to use Acolyte special, and that gives me a lot more damage. Okay, that is much better. Need to have a little think here. I think I'm going to want to use ACKBAR special a little bit later. Okay, this is gone much better, RNG wise, and in all other ways. We've said goodbye to Kenobi. Now we need to get rid of R2, because that's where the danger is coming from. We get rid of R2 and it will be all over. Okay, I didn't get to use ACKBAR special, which is a great shame, because that would have basically cleared all of that expose and all of those debuffs, which would have been super useful. Again, super RNG dependent, this thing. I've got this really bad feeling I'm going to end up in the same horrible situation I found myself in last time. It really just depends on the timing of everything now. Okay, we can have another go at R2 now. It's going to be super close, this. It really is. Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, just... Okay, I'm willing to accept this is a team I can't beat. This is an extremely strong version of this team. And maybe I'll beat it like 1 in 10. If ACKBAR survives just that little bit longer, I win. Yeah, I'm happy. On this occasion, I haven't done number 1. You can see Noya Dana sat right there. And I'm not going to beat him for number 2. What I potentially could... you've already seen me beat him actually yesterday, so you know it can be done. Like I said, I'm confident that I've proven the concept. I'm not... there's no guarantees, but the concept is sound. Definitely you could take number 1 with between 150 and 200 crystals. And in fact less if you're willing to take the risk, or if your shard mates are friendly. And ACKBAR defense team. At the moment, it's the first one I've tested, so they're ranked number 1 in defence and number 1 in offence. I'm going to do the veterans next, so I have a sneaking suspicion that ACKBAR's going to drop to number 2 and to number 2. We can only find out by trying. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you all next time. Bye for now.